Hello, this is Doris Sander, and I have a couple more regular designs that I use in my bullet journal each month with the distress stains. So I'm going to show you those today. This first one is the stripes, and I just love the way this page came out. This is a challenge that I did last month by Page Flutter on Instagram, and it's the Page Flutter PF 6-word challenge. And it was basically just, she has prompts and you just come up with a 6-word story to go with the prompt. And it's just a fun little thing to do during the day. So I'm going to recreate this page because I want to do it again, but this design could be used for a lot of things where listing was involved. But basically it's just stripes on the page. That's it. And I've made stripes before, and I really have decided that I like this low contrast color. So like this one is a kind of a pale blue and a pale aqua, low contrast, but it's just enough. It kind of like reminds me of actual notebook paper. So this month I am going to use my two new purples, the milled lavender and the shaded lilac. And there's nothing to it. You just make stripes. So you try to get them across the same parallel on the page. And I mentioned this in my, see how this one's harder to get started, dries out easier? I mentioned this in the previous video, but if the colors aren't coming out, well, you give them a little tap and that'll get them going again. I say that because my poor friend, it was her first time with her distress stains, and she'd never used them before and didn't really know what to do to get it started, so she squeezed it, and apparently the whole end came off and just bloop, the whole thing emptied out on her page. It's just a tragedy. So definitely, I guess, do not squeeze the distress stains. If they're not coming out, give them a tap. That is that. Just a tap. And I think I'm gonna put a little more of this up here. Yep. So that's it for the stripes, and I'm gonna let that dry for a few seconds, or a minute or two, and come back and show you what it looks like with the ink, the pen design on top. So here's my completed striped page, and I really like the way it looks once you add the pen lines over it. It's just really, you know, kind of office supply, back to school. That's what it looks like to me. I like it, very clean and crisp. So that turned out just lovely. The next page that I'm trying to share with you is my daisy, and I'm having trouble with this. This is my third attempt today. The first one, this Seedless Preserve, which is a new color for me, is just way too dark, and that is just, it was not working. And I tried to add lavender, and that wasn't working either. So I tried again, and this was better, but still there was just, I don't like to have much contrast between colors in my petals. And it's just, this one was coming out blotchy, streaky, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to try one more time. And I think I will try, I don't know if I want to try there or here. What you do, what you do. What you do. I guess I will try here, so it will be fresh for you. So one more time, let's try this one more time. So I'm using the Shaded Lilac for the flower center. And I'm going to use Squeezed Lemonade for the petals. And I always start with this big petal first. And then I fill in my other petals around it. And this petal that comes across the page is a little hard to fit in, but not too bad. And this one goes off the page, and this one as well. So, and I also like to add just a couple of petals like falling off to add color to the opposing page. And here's where I had problems both other times. I'm going to add some more color to the petals, a darker yellow. So I'm trying mustard seed this time. The first time it was wild honey. And I'm going to start it first, make sure it's smooth. And there we go. Yes, that's much, much better. So you want to pick two colors that are low contrast and keep the tip going well so it doesn't streak on the page. And then I'm going to go back and model the center a little bit, so I'm just like dabbing it around so it looks a little rougher, less smooth lines. And then I'm going to add some weathered wood over that. It kind of gives it, you know, texture and depth. So there's my daisy. Finally. I'm going to let this dry a second and come back and show you how it looks with the ink over it. Third time's the charm. Here's my completed page. Whew. What a relief. And I'm not going to lie, I totally washi taped those other traumatic pages together. I didn't want to flip through all of them, and there was a bunch. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye.